Welcome back to I'm Divinely Faceted. Listen, this is going to be probably a quick one because I'm telling you, when I say I have tried to start this video twice, I have tried to start this video twice, okay? There is going to be a big bomb drop in this one. My free write last night was interrupted, and I'm going to say that much, okay? So I stopped in the middle of a sentence, and Spirit took me to something else that I do have to show you. Ancestors closest to the sun, please help me channel this message. Please tune into my frequency or allow me to tune into yours. Please protect me as I channel through this energy. All ancestors closest to the sun, you may remain. All others, you must leave. Okay. Now, because I had to start the video over, okay, that's like the second interruption. All right, and I got so far as to pick the rune, okay? The rune is Berthera. Okay, I don't know if that's the name, but I know this is fertility and nurturing, okay? And I know it because my mom's name starts with a B, and that's how I remembered it, okay? So fertility and nurturing is here, okay? I'm seeing clear empathy that is at the top as well. Now, with clear empathy, if you forget what that is feeling emotions that is not yours, okay? That is possibly the biggest clear that we have. Anytime somebody be like, don't cry, you're gonna make me cry. Don't cry, you're gonna make me cry. That's clear empathy here, okay? You seeing somebody cry on TV and it's poured into all these emotions that ain't yours, that's clear empathy, okay? If you did not know. The rune that is on the top is ingwaz, all right, and it is seeds, all right, new beginnings, all right. Now I am feeling like this free right here starts a new beginning for people, okay? It drops a seed that makes you think, okay? It makes you look at things. It make you realize exactly what is going on here, okay? If this is not the biggest gem I'm going to drop, I don't know what is. And I must say that much. If this is not the biggest gem that I am about to drop, I don't know what is. Okay? Whew. My free write yesterday was about interruption of stillness. Okay? You have not been moving as you should, and it is because the programming inhibits our motion. When it comes to making moves, you have to interrupt stillness. Stillness is that place that is quiet, where motion ceases. Stillness allows one to gather his thoughts, his feelings, his life. But when you have that interruption of stillness, you are on the move and you forget about self. You forget about his thoughts. You forget about his feelings. You forget about his life. And because one forgets himself, he never cares for himself spiritually. Your family needs time. Your kids need time. Your lover needs time. And all these things create motion, which means your stillness is interrupted. Out of all the motion, and when it's over, time spent with self is not spent with spirit. Therefore, spirit suffers neglect, abuse, isolation, and so all of the piled up energy goes to spirit, and the spirit didn't even agree to participate. Yet the load from all the motion go to spirit and weighs spirit down. And not once do anyone pay mind to the condition of the spirit. And then do the same thing every day. This is an interruption in stillness. Stillness brings retreat. Stillness brings clarity. Stillness enjoys company. And stillness was looking for a break. Honoring stillness allows not only you to recoup the actual body, but also regenerate the soul, the spirit. Your life force is in the spirit, not the body. Just like the body ages, so does the spirit. And this is the reason, dot, 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 dot. I was interrupted by spirit at this time. Okay? At this time, now, I don't do my free write with any cards except for like my room cards, okay? That's the only ones because I'm trying to study them at the same time. I pick a card at the same time as I'm shuffling, okay? Now, I don't do any of my free writes with any cards, okay? But I was called to a deck, all right? And the deck that I was called to is this one here, okay? This deck, this Egyptian deck here. Now, at this time that I was interrupted, what came to my mind was, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay? After this interruption, the next thought process was the cards, okay? And one particular card at that. And then the next thing that popped into my mind was, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And something just clicked. Something, it was just shown to me, okay? And so I'm like, Lay, which is my daughter. I'm like, do me a favor. Go get my deck of cards. And she had already said something about the cards earlier. So I told her, I said, the ones that you was talking about earlier. So she went and got those cards. I went looking for the picture that was given to me in my head. And I looked at it, and it was a fucking mic drop. It was like, what? What? Okay, it was like that. Okay, now with the story of Christianity, what the Christians is giving us, Christian mythology, what they are giving us is, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Okay, so now first off, not only did I look at these cards completely different, but I also saw what people do not see. Okay, it was also shown to me what people do not see. This is card number 1, and this is Ra. Okay, this is God of everything. This is enlightening, and Ra is not a man. Ra is a woman, okay? Ra is a woman. Look at the stature. Look at the poise of the woman, okay? Even though it is carrying a bird's head, this is a stature and poise of a woman, okay? The woman carries both eyes, okay? The eye of Ra, which is her own eye, and the eye of Horus. Okay, the woman carries, and she's the beginning of everything. Okay, she then breaks herself in two and creates Amun Ra. Okay, this is not Ra Amun, this is Amun Ra. So she gave herself to creation and created this. Okay, so this is two. All right, we like to say it's only one God, and it is not one God, it is two. And the woman is on top. The woman is the light. The woman is enlightening. Okay, and this is her first creation, Amun Ra. Okay, and this ain't even Adam and Eve. Okay, this is source. All right, so she created a counterpart, Ra. She created a counterpart for herself, who is Amun Ra, not as a husband, not as anything like that, but yeah, a partner. Help me create this. She put herself into this right here, okay? She put herself into creation, which is the reason why it says Amun Ra, okay? She put herself into creation. What they created here together, these two here, Ra and Amun Ra, what they created was Shu, order and peace. Now, Shu represents air, wind, okay? Atmosphere, okay? That's what Shu represents, okay? Now, if we looking at the Bible, okay? If we are looking at Christianity said that God, saw that it was darkness upon all the earth, okay? All right? And that would have been Ra creating him, okay? Because it was darkness upon all the earth. And so he created order upon all the earth with Shu, okay? Got the lights on, got the lights going, this, that, and the other, okay? Created the earth and got it beautiful, okay? This is what I'm seeing here. Okay, this is what I saw. Okay, and then this next one here is the reason why I asked for her to go get the cards. Okay, so now after we have all of this and we thinking about Christianity while we're doing this, okay? After we have all of this, and God saw that it was darkness, she saw that it was darkness upon the earth, okay? And she started to put things into creation, and she started to make atmosphere, okay? All right? What do you see here? What do you see? What do you see? This is a real hieroglyph somewhere in Egypt, right? Yes, it is, okay? So this is what you see. If you can't see it like I'm seeing it, this is what you see. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That is what was shown to me yesterday, okay? So there is no way Christianity is being honest with us, okay? Because they got the story from them. In the beginning, God created the heavens. Look at her with stars on her. With stars on her. Woman of color, okay? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay? Now, what I noticed about this card is we've been taught that this eye over here, which is the eye of Horus, is feminine. Okay? But according to Egyptian, uh it ain't even myth, because it exists. Okay? According to Egyptianology, the eye of Ra, that's feminine, is up here with her. Okay? She is over the whole thing. All right? She is bigger than the man. Okay? This is what I am seeing. The woman carries both eyes, but she separated herself. She separated that eye, all right, and shared with Amun Ra, all right? She is the eye of Ra, and he is the eye of Horus. Okay? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That is what you were seeing in this card. Okay? So now the story that was given to us by Christianity, what you mean? Where you get that story from? Remember, I said that they got their story from the Egyptians. Okay? What's the real story? Remember, they took things out. They had to. All right? I'm showing you in the cards right now where in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the eye sits with the woman. Now, if you, the eye of God, sits with the woman. Okay? Now, if you think about it, the lover's card, the actual lover's card, remember, the woman has the fruitful tree and she's looking up to God. And the man has the burning bush and he's looking at her. Okay? It is the woman that is in charge. It is the woman that is of leadership. And I'm not taking nothing from no man, not at all whatsoever, but it is the woman. Okay? Listen, it is the woman. All right. So now what you see here is Newt and Jeb. This is who you see. This is Newt, the sky, and this is Jeb, the guy down here. That's Jeb. Okay. Jeb is of prosperity. All right. Jeb is the giver. Okay. Jeb provides finances. Jeb is the one with wealth. Okay, this is the way I am seeing it. Okay, wow. Okay, listen, the abundance of the earth, we call it Mother Nature. Okay, but is it Mother Nature? Because from what I can see, the guy is earth. The guy is earth. So is it Mother Nature? Okay, we have to think about what it is that we were already taught, what we were taught out here, what they programmed us to know. All right. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay. And he saw that it was good, and then he needed Adam and Eve. Right. Okay. Adam and Eve is really Isis and Osiris. Okay. This is who he created. He created Isis and Osiris. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. This is what you are seeing. And then he created people to fulfill the earth and subdue it, which is Isis and Osiris, okay? But you have to look at this as a embodiment of self as well, okay? They have us out here worshiping what? One God? One God? One God, and then they say he is a selfish God. But from what I got in my free write, there is Newt, she's the god of sky. There is Jeb, he's the sky, he's the god of earth, okay? All of this, all right? And when you make it and put it into your body figure, okay? The sky, the heavens is the mind, okay? The body is the earth. Okay, the sky, the heavens is the spirit on the inside that controls the mind. Okay, and this is if you are transmuting it like that. Okay, thought will be considered your knowledge. Thought is who you know, what you know. Okay, there is a reason why in the gods of Egypt you saw all of the thoughts in the building working, okay? And we was looking like everybody probably was dumbfounded, like, why in the fuck did Thoth create a whole bunch of hymns, okay? Because that's what it is in real life. That is how it functions in real life. Thoth, the god of knowledge, okay, is in each and every last one of us. All right, setting himself in each and every last one of us, giving us knowledge. This is the reason why you saw a bunch of thoughts in that building in the movie. Okay, catch it. Catch it. Okay. Listen, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and then he created Adam and Eve, which is really Isis and Osiris here. Okay. And as he created Isis and Osiris, okay, he had to create these bodies with good and bad. Okay. So then he created Seth. Okay, he created Seth, which is resentment, which is ego, and he created Horus. Okay, this is what Ra, her, woman, she. Okay, this is what she and her, the person she created, Amun Ra. Okay, extension of herself. All right, no rib taken, not no rib taken. I promise you, what no ribs taken to create Amun Ra. Okay, listen. They created the duality. Isis and Osiris, Adam and Eve, created the duality, okay? They create what God put inside of them was good and bad. Okay? Horus, which is the I, and Seth, which is the anger, the rage. Okay? This is what they did. This is what they took from us. All right? They say, listen, Christianity. All right? Christianity. What I look up? I had my son look it up. Christianity. It meant the teachings of Christ or something of that nature. All right. The reason why I say we are Egyptians, we don't have to be motherfucking born in that place. Okay. The teachings of Egypt. Okay. Egyptianity is what this is. Okay, we moving off of what Egypt is. Okay, we are not Egyptians by people. Okay, even though our folk did a long time ago come from there, but we talking about Egyptianity. All right, that is the Egyptian teaching here. Okay, this is what they have done. I'm telling you, they have mimicked, stolen, and created a whole story about Christ. Okay, and Christ is Horus. Okay, again, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay, this was here well before Christianity. This was here well before the cross. You see the ankh on everything well before the cross. They was talking about the eye well before the cross. You might as well say, okay, because this is how I'm seeing it. You might as well say that every hieroglyph that you see out there, everything that you see on them walls in Egypt, and I want to go now, but everything that you see on them walls in Egypt, you might as well say this was their free press. This was their news. This was their, okay, they left information behind specifically for us to know. Okay, this is the energy. Why do you think that all that shit is still standing? Okay, because you can't kill nothing the gods created. All right, you cannot kill nothing the gods created, and we are the gods, literally. Literally, okay, a color woman, like we are the gods, all right? And that is the bottom line. Not taking nothing from nobody, but I just ask, we need to be restored back to our throne. And that is the bottom line here, okay? Yes, you got people that's all in their biblications and all of that. And the Bible said this and the Bible said that and the Bible said this. Well, you see part of the story that I just gave you, letting the black woman tell you the story, okay? That they got that God, in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. They got that from Egypt. They got that from Egypt, okay? Why do you think it's archaeologists and I don't know, paleo, whatever, ologists, okay? Why do you think that they are over there, okay? They was over there and they brought information back and they created their own story, okay? They made this story their own, and this is not even their story. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, I done spread it out, all these goddamn cards, okay? And I could tell you where Christianity started. Okay, they went from here and then they skipped a bunch of bullshit, and I am going to dissect this, and I am not playing, okay, because there was a seed dropped On my ass, in my ass yesterday, okay? No games, okay? I'm not holding up nothing, all right? The truth is, Ra is feminine, okay? And she created a counterpart, okay? Women are superior, all right? But we not walking around like that, all right? Listen, we are not walking around like that. We still respect our male here. This is what I am seeing. If you see it on the card, death, Osiris's death and rebirth, okay? Beginning and end, Alpha and Omega. Okay, but look at who Isis is. Isis is faith and Isis is wisdom. Okay, so now if you don't have wisdom, how are you running a castle? Okay, death and rebirth don't come with emotion. Okay, faith and wisdom, you need that to run a castle. You need that to have royalty. Okay, it is the woman that they are coming to for the knowledge. It is the woman that they are coming to for the wisdom. Okay, what was it? Wise King Solomon. Okay, was it a name? What's his name? Solomon. Okay, because you got that story from the Egyptians. So what was Solomon's real name? Wise King Solomon. In Egyptian terms, who was Solomon? Because you stole this whole story. You stole it off the walls of Egypt. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. I don't know if y'all can see it like I see, but this is what I'm seeing. Okay, what else was it? All right, I pulled Issa. It's the rune Issa, okay? It's just the one line here, and it's stagnant and stillness, okay? And this is the reason why a lot of our energy is stagnant, okay? Because we're worshiping that one God that the Christians created for you to worship, okay? We don't know who the fuck that is. We don't know who we worshiping when it was that one God. We got homage to pay to everybody. We got homage to pay to the gods, okay? God is Newt, the sky. We got homage to pay to her, okay? This is the reason why the Indians worship the land. This is the reason. Okay, because God is in every single thing. God ain't just one thing. God ain't just one. God is many. Okay, this is what I see. This is what I see. Okay, this is bro. Okay, we got a God of knowledge. We got a God of rain. We got a God of snow. We got a God of moon. We got a God of sky. Okay, but they got you focusing on one. Okay, because if we not honoring, and I ain't talking about worshiping, but if we not even speaking about all these gods that are present, then they remain in the stillness where ain't nobody even visited. They remain covered up. Okay, while this lie is flaunted out here, talking about it's one God and it is a jealous God. Now, what the fuck? A jealous God? Jealousy is low vibrational. So what do you mean? What do you mean? How are you putting God with jealous in the same fucking how? How? Jealousy is low vibrational. So how is the God that the Christians got you worshiping? How is what? God is a jealous God. But that ain't the God I want to worship. I want to worship the one that's high vibrational that don't have those jealous feelings. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. They have created something to fit them. Now, when it comes to some of the things, some of the spectacular things that have happened in this Christian Bible, okay? You think about the Great Flood, okay? Listen, when you look at and you think about the Great Flood, where's my phone? When you think about the Great Flood, you have the Grand Canyon. All right. And they like to say that the Grand Canyon got all those watermarks and all those water lines because of the Great Flood. Because at some point, all the earth was filled with water. Am I correct? This is what the Christians is preaching, right? All of the earth was filled with water. Okay. Now, can you pull it up, Trey? All of everything was filled with water. And the reason why the Grand Canyon got those lines is because the water was receding. The water was receding and leaving beautiful lines in the Grand Canyon, okay? Now, I don't doubt that, okay? Do you see all of this beauty from the water receding in the Grand Canyon? Okay? This is what they said. They said the flood waters receded from this area right here, and this is the reason why those beautiful lines is in the stone and in the rock, okay? Now, if you take your mind and your thought process and you go outside that box that I was telling y'all about instead of staying in that box that they created for you to think in, Okay? If you go outside of that box and you look at them pyramids, okay? Why in the fuck, if everything, you got it? If everything was watered over, if everything was up under the water and the waters receded the same exact way, why don't the pyramids have the watermarks? Why don't the pyramids have the water striations? Why? Wasn't the water all over the earth per Christianity? Wasn't the water all over the earth? Now, when I looked at these cards, the Egyptian cards, I didn't see no water. I didn't see no flood. And they telling the same story. I didn't see none of that. But what I did see, okay, what I did see is meditation in the cards. All right? That's what I did see. Okay? Listen, shit is getting real. Okay? And I'm here for it. Shit is getting real. Okay, it's another card here. All right, now I'm going to tell you. Listen, I need you to look at a few of these, though. Okay, I need y'all to look at a few of these. Okay, and I'm going to tell you, this is what we was doing. Okay, this is what Jesus was doing. All right, what is she doing right here on this card? Okay, all right, is this what, telekinesis, Trey? Telekinesis, okay, moving this water jug with nothing, okay, with motion. She ain't touching it at all, okay. She's levitating the jug. She's able to move the jug. Telekinesis. This is what you are seeing in the card, okay. This is what we was about. We was able to do things, okay, but they don't want you to know that you was a god at some point and that you were able to do this. All right. Another thing here that I picked up. All right. Listen. Look at this. Hold on, bro. I was on one. I couldn't wait for my son to wake up this morning so I could talk. All right? I was on one. Like, what the fuck? I was pissed. All right? I was pissed. Because you literally stole the story. You stole the story. Now, where's the Egyptian story? How come they ain't got no Egyptian story out here? How come there's nothing Egyptian telling us this story, okay? You got the story of Adam and Eve in every single nationality. The Chinese got an Adam and Eve story, but it wasn't called Adam and Eve, okay? You got other people that's got Adam and Eve story, but it wasn't Adam and Eve, okay? Where's the story for the Egyptians? Huh? Where's the story for the Egyptians? Like, we know they lived, okay, because they left a pyramid behind on that ass, okay? They left a pyramid behind on that ass. So where's the stories of them? What's going on? Okay, why the secrecy? What's going on? So now listen. This is what I got, okay? I couldn't believe it, though. I couldn't believe it. I'm looking like the space that I was in yesterday, it was a beautiful, beautiful space. Now look, see if you can see what I see. Look at these three. Look at these three cards. Okay? Find Waldo. All right? Look at these three cards. Are they close, Trey? Okay. Look at these three cards here. Okay? They are all doing the same thing. They got a scepter in one hand and they got an ankh in the other hand. Okay? All three of them. These three different people. Okay? What are they doing? All right? Doesn't it look like they're navigating the chair? Doesn't it look like they are driving something? Doesn't it look like they are operating something here? Okay? We got all three of them doing it. What they doing? What they doing? Okay? How come there's no information on the ankh, all right, and the scepter? And they holding it like, it's hydraulics? Like, what is it? What are they doing? Okay? How come we don't know this? And y'all do. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. What are they doing with the ankh and the scepter? Okay? More research for me. All right, because I'm going in, and I am not even playing, all right? And this is how you know, okay? Listen, let me show you. This is how you know they are navigating something. These two ain't left yet, all right? These two ain't even left Earth. They ain't even left wherever they trying to navigate to. They ain't left yet. This one right here, that bird that big because she in the sky. She in the sky. That's why you can see that bird, that motherfucker big. Because she is in the sky. She is navigating. She is flying her chair. Okay? This is how you know. Listen, look at these. All right? These two, they have not left. The sun is too far away. They are not up there. The sun is too far away. Now look at this one. Ra. Look how big the sun is. The sun is that big because that is where she is, okay? Ancestors closest to the sun. Please let me channel. Please help me channel this message. I'm not playing no games about this. I'm definitely not playing no games about this. All right? Ra is the closest to the sun. Okay? This is what you're seeing. And the sun is that big because that is where she is. Okay? The sun is this small because they are not up there. Okay? The bird is this big because she is in the sky. And she is driving and she is navigating whatever chair this is, okay? It's giving spaceship, it's giving alien, it's giving meet George Jetson without the bubble, bro. Okay? This is what I'm getting. All right? This is the type shit I be on. This is the type shit I be on. All right? Now, I got to dissect everything else for y'all. Hey, give me them other cards. I gotta dissect everything else for y'all, okay? I got to. Remember yesterday, I was telling you that there is a feminine. I did a reading. I told y'all that there is a feminine here. These cards getting on my nerve, okay? They are. There's a feminine here that carry the Eye of Ra and the Eye of Horus. Didn't I say that? Look at this. The Eye of Ra and the Eye of Ra and the Eye of Horus on the same card, okay? With Ra. Okay, Ra is a female. Quit playing with me. All right, quit playing with me. Ra is a female. Okay, she made the male crown of power. Ain't nobody came from nobody's rib. Okay, what kind of life would you have if you came from somebody's rib? Okay, that sounds like a disfuckability to me. Okay, because how you gonna get a brain out of a rib? Okay, quit playing. All right, this is what I'm talking about right here. Listen, this is what I'm talking about right here. This what I be on. All right, and I'm on 10, and it's okay for real. I'm on 10 and it's okay. This is another one driving. What's his name? Say Sate. This is another one. What she doing? She driving. Why the hell? Why is everybody posed like that? Is that a pose? All right? Is that pose that we all do, that one to the side and everybody just posing with the ankh and the scepter? Get the fuck out of here. That ain't what that is. What are they doing? What are they doing? Okay? All right, this is what I'm talking about. Where is that one at? Bro. All right. So now, I think it's about fair that I share with intention. Remember I told y'all about with intention, and I'll tell y'all later what's going on when it comes to with intention, right? Okay. So look, I used to be a major weed head, right? Major weed head. Okay, when I'm talking about roll up, I ain't even done with this one. It's about this small, all right? And we ain't going no small to where it get to the nail. So roll up, nigga, roll up. This is how I was, okay? That was one of the biggest things in my life that I could not get rid of, okay? All right? Now, when I told you yesterday, you have to control life or life will control you. That is what I was talking about, okay? Life will control you if you don't control it. Now, I was doing some sort of research, okay? And I don't know, I was sitting in front of the TV and something came on and it was talking about the Egyptians and marijuana, okay? Pull that picture up, Trey. The first one. Confirmation, because I'm burping, okay? Listen. I was interested because, okay, one, I used to be a major weed head, and I don't smoke no more. I had to stop smoking. I ain't smoked in 3 years, okay? But then you got my attention because you say what? The cannabis plant in Egyptian? Well, Jinkies, I need to know more. So I clicked on the video and I sat there and I listened to the whole video. Come to find out, marijuana is a sacred plant to the Egyptians, okay? The cannabis plant is a sacred plant to the Egyptians. And you wonder why we got all these niggas that's a weed head, okay? Just major weed heads out here, okay? Major, okay? And it ain't just our race, but I done seen our race in action with that shit. It's not ye. Okay? I done seen us in action with it. The squirrel coming to listen, okay? That may be a robotic squirrel, but we're gonna keep going. Anywho, I turned it on and it says that the Egyptians looked at the plant as being very, very sacred. Okay? So now, I don't even know what video it was. If I can find it, I will post it, okay? So you will get the information just like I got the information, okay? So what I do is I go to God. I go to Ra, all right? And I'm thinking, I'm in heavy thought process, and I'm like, okay, I have thought about doing it again. I definitely have thought about it, but me seeing this and seeing how it was sacred to the Egyptians, I was like, okay, is it any way possible I can do it with intention, okay? Because I'm kind of intrigued by what they talking about when they talking about smoking bud and the Egyptians. Like I'm all the way in. I'm all the way in. You telling me is a way that I can mix what I like to do into my, for real, my healing life, all right? And what came to me is doing it with intention, okay? And I did it with intention. I had this specific space that I wanted to go to because I dropped my son off or took him to go get something there. And I was like, if I ever start smoking anything again, this is where I want to come because it just seems sacred. The way that they got it all set up, it just seems sacred. And I knew, okay, and that was two years ago that I took them there. I was like, if I ever start smoking again, this is where I want to come because it seemed like they're in tune with earth. It seemed like they are on some other shit. They not just selling it and it just looked like it's just raunchy and it looked like it's like just, you know what I'm talking about. I hope you know what I'm talking about, okay? It had Zen, all right, all over. It was Zen all around in that place. So I was like, okay, cool. So with intention is what I did, okay? Now, as I'm watching this YouTube, okay, they show me her, okay? And they say, all right, that's a cannabis leaf. That's a weed leaf, okay? That is a weed leaf. And it didn't dawn on me until I got these cards. I didn't even know that this card was part of the YouTube that I was looking at, okay? I didn't even know. I just was urged to get all things Egyptian. Okay, that's all I know. I was just urged to get all things Egyptian, and this card came in it. All right, her name is what? Seshat. Okay, and we got wisdom. We got wisdom on the card. Okay, and wisdom comes with the cannabis plant. All right, now I got proof that wisdom comes with this cannabis plant. Okay, because every last free write that I have done, I do, it's like a spiritual ritual for myself, okay? In honor of the sacred plant. I have rolled up a whole joint. And this joint was about like this. And I started doing readings, about 13 days ago, maybe 14 days ago. What I do is I hit this one time, one inhale, one puff. I don't want to go no farther than that little bitty interest space of what I feel, okay? And that is a very sacred space for me, all right? And when I say that activates a part of me, it activates a part of me. So if you have this about yourself where you like, I can't stop smoking, I can't stop smoking, I can't stop smoking. If you want to elevate, you have to have some sort of control over that, okay? And now that I do things with intention, specifically that with intention, I no longer have this urge for I want to smoke. I thought it was going to go to a situation where it's like, all right, I can't wait to free write so I can hit the blunt or I can hit the weed. I can't wait to free write. I thought it was going to go there. I was like, I got to be real careful because I don't want it to go there, okay? But it put me in a space where now I'm thirsting to write. Now I can't wait until the day is over so I can see what they gonna say type shit. Okay? I am completely convinced that this is who I be communicating with, okay? This is what I'm getting. This is how I am thinking, and this is the shit I'm on. Okay? Let me see the one, okay? So now, earlier today, I started doing a little bit more research when it came to her. All right? And this says, I looked her up, all right? As you can see, this is her, okay? I looked her up. And then it says, the emblem on top of Seshat's head is a 7-pointed star or rosette enclosed within a crescent or arc, not a cannabis leaf, all right? Now I done already seen the YouTube video, okay? Now, I forgot. I literally, it just left my mind. I didn't even start hitting the weed after that. It was a while after that. I seen the YouTube video a while ago, okay? Now, I'm like, now they telling on themselves, because who said anything about a cannabis leaf? I was just looking up each and every card because in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I wasn't thinking about this plant on her head. I wasn't thinking about that. I was trying to think of what role she played. Who is she? Wisdom, the girl of wisdom. And I'm trying to figure out, where do she play a role in Christianity? Because you stole the story. So where is Seisha and what's her name in the Bible? This is the shit that I was on, okay? Then all of a sudden, when I look her up, then the cannabis leaf came to me. And I'm like, they telling on themselves. You gonna tell us this is not a cannabis leaf? And I wasn't even on that. I wasn't even thinking about that. All right, so let me go and let me keep researching. You know the type of researcher I am, okay? If you haven't found out, listen, you will find out the type of researcher I am, okay? I go down every motherfucking crevice and crack and hole, okay? That's who I am, all right? And so then I had my son get the looking, okay? Yeah, I navigate the boat. I navigate the boat. He drive. Okay? That's how we function together, okay? 1250 BC. Seisha, the Egyptian goddess of wisdom, wears a cannabis leaf. Okay? I wasn't even thinking about chicken, whether or not she was wearing a cannabis leaf. But then on Google, one part said, oh, it's not a cannabis leaf, it's a star. It's a 7-point star. Have you ever seen a 7-point star? Have you ever even, have they even talked about a 7-point star? I've seen a 5, I've seen a 6, I've seen an 8, a fucking 7-point star. So now you want to tell me, now you want to blow smoke up my ass and tell me that it's a 7-point star, okay? But then I get to looking a little bit more, and then I find this. 1250 BC. BC is before Christ. Before Christ was even born. Okay? Before Christ was even born, okay? These people had a whole thing going on, all right? And this is the reason why all my weed heads that's in the collective, this is the reason why you like to smoke weed, because it is a sacred plant, okay? But you have to do it with intention. You have to, okay? When I say I done had this for I don't know how long, the old me, this right here, the old me, it would have been 50 of these done in 13 days by now. It would have been a good 50. And then I'd have went over to the big leaf. I'd have went over to the Swisher Sweet. I'd have went over to something else. And I'd have been blowing like a motherfucker by now. But no, it's all done with intention. I bought too much is what I feel, because it's sitting there getting old, okay? And I didn't used to be like that. It was roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. But I'm in a different space in time and in my life. All right, where I am seeing things, I am researching things. I am not about to be nobody's fool idiot. I am not about to be nobody's fool idiot. You shouldn't have never told me that this was a whole marijuana leaf. You shouldn't have never told me that, because you introduced me to my folk. You introduced me to Seisha. All right, now this is the energy that I'm on, y'all. Listen. When you get into that healing journey, when you get on that healing path, it's things that you will stumble upon. This is one of them. All right, this is one of them, okay? Because I had already outlawed weed. I had came on here talking to y'all like smoking weed, drinking, doing this, doing that, okay? I'm judging, sorry y'all. I was judging and everything, okay? I ain't too big and bad to say. I still don't think you should be puff passing all day long. I still don't think that. But if you clean your system out, give it a good month, and then hit the sacred leaf one time, not in no blunt, in the paper that don't have bleach on it, okay? If you hit it one time, okay, your mind will go to a space that you haven't even. It's like when you smoke, you blow past that space. It ain't no coming back. If you hitting it to get high, okay, and your intention is to get high, you blow right past that little space that you need to be in to actually create, to actually think, to actually have that knowledge, to actually be able to put some shit on paper for real. Okay, this is what I'm talking about here, okay? I'll be in a place where, listen, I'll be in stillness. I'll be happily in stillness, like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then when I read it back to myself, I literally have to be, oh, they were saying this. I think they meant to say this. Oh, I think they meant to say that, because I'm not reading it as I go. I'm just simply writing. I'm just simply writing what is coming to my head. All right. And why is all of this coming to my head? Okay? Why? All right, because it is a sacred leaf and it puts you in a sacred space. And I am not lying, okay? I am proof to this shit. Okay, I am proof to this shit. There has been a new seed planted, okay, for you to go and try to see what it's about. Okay, again, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Don't forget that Egyptian card. Okay, with that woman stretched all over that whole bitch. Like, don't forget that Egyptian card right there. Okay, they got that story. They got Christianity, the whole thing from the Egyptians. And this is why I open with, welcome back, Egyptians. Because we are who we are. We are not Christians. We are Egyptians. All right. And this is the games I'm not about to play. These is the games I am not about to play. I'm going to pull a little bit of these. All right. I am going to be the person that's going to go ahead and bring you the news. When I get new information, y'all going to get new information, okay? I spreaded these cards out and I examined these cards. And yesterday, I felt like I could read Egyptian. I felt like I could read hieroglyph, okay? But I was too excited. I was too anxious because in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And that's the card that came to me. So I was stuck right there, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, it's proof that they stole that shit. Oh my God. That's the energy that I was in yesterday. Like, oh my God, I went to sleep. Okay, after I finished doing my free write and all of that, I went to sleep. And every time I moved and woke up and cracked my eyes open, I feel like I was still in the thought process of thinking of what this was. Okay, so in my sleep, I was pondering on this in my sleep, and I was loving every bit of it. Okay, and when I got up, okay, gotta tell y'all another one. Okay, I gotta show y'all another one. Everything that happened to me yesterday. Okay, listen, it's for the taking. It is for the taking. Listen. I'm not gonna keep nothing secret. I'm not gonna keep nothing secret, especially if it blows the top off of shit. I'm not gonna keep nothing secret. Okay, so this one right here. Now, mind you, I told you, I hit this one time. I light it and I inhale one time. Okay, and I let it go and I wait for that space that I'm in. Okay, now as I'm looking at these cards, all right, I see the scarab. All right, I was already paying attention to what she was holding, okay, and what she was doing, and I was all into that, okay. But I'm still in a space, and you know how when you too high, you get to looking at stuff, and you be like, what is this? What is it? Like you feel like shit jumping out at you, and that was off of one hit, bro. Every time I do a free write, it's only one hit, so it's one hit every night. One hit every night. So I'm looking at the card, right? And I'm seeing a scarab on her face. And it's jumping out at me. I'm like, why is all these other cards, the scarab don't look like it's got his head looking at you? All right? Now, this is what I was on yesterday. I'm like, the scarab is literally looking out at the people. The rest of the cards is not like that. Okay? So I was really big on... I was like, let me find out. Let me wake up tomorrow and this scarab's head is facing the straight way, okay? I was already ready to see his face in a straight way because I'm like, oh my God. Oh my goodness, okay? I was in a funk a little bit because of everything that I was seeing and everything that I was finding out about the lies, okay? So, went to the spiritual shop today, okay? And this wasn't even on my mind. This was not even on my mind. I wasn't even thinking about none of the cards. I wasn't thinking about none of that. All right. So I'm getting sage. I'm getting some other little knickknacks and stones and stuff that because I'm about to do a spring cleaning here. So I'm getting other little stuff. Okay. So I asked the lady, do you have any like Eye of Horus, Eye of Ra type of things? And she was like, no, but I do have okay, she was like, do it have to be like a necklace? Can it be like a ring? Or I was like, yeah, it could be a ring. That's cool. It could be a ring long as it's Egyptian. She was like, yeah, I have this. So she started to pull out the rings and I seen the spider ring. It was so fucking pretty. And I'm like, oh my goodness, look at the spider ring. Look at the spider ring. But then I turn and I look and I see this. Can you see? I see this. And I feel like it was calling me from yesterday. Okay? This is the stuff that I be on, bro. This is what I be on. And this was in the daytime. I don't smoke during the daytime. I don't even smoke. If anybody asks me, I don't smoke. That's not what you call that. Okay? That is a sacred puff. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's a sacred puff. Okay? Listen, I'm like Obama. Or whoever said they didn't inhale. Okay, I puffed and inhaled one time and wasn't looking for no more. Okay, listen, I came across the scarab ring. Okay, and come to find out, when I left there, I was doing research on what the scarab and what amber, because that's what's in the ring. What amber? What did the Egyptians use amber for? Okay, and it said that they used it. Part of it. This is what I remember. Part of it is they used it in jewelry, and they used it in scarabs. Okay, so this is how you find out more and more and more of who you are and where you from. Okay, what bloodline you come from, what people you come from, because you start doing things that you don't even know why you doing it. You come across things, and when you look it up, it's like, oh my goodness. Okay, because so straight up, bro, when I seen this, I was like, oh, sis smoking right like me. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I was like, sis smoke and right like me, bro. What do you see? I'm asking my son, like, what do you see, bro? That's me right there. That's me, okay? It's that type of energy out here. You will begin to wake up to certain things, okay? And I am not playing, all right? I am not playing here, okay? Fertility and nurturing. Wake up something new in you, okay? Plant that seed and nurture that seed, okay? It starts with going into celibacy, okay? Because if you are somebody who is still laying that ass down, bro, and busting that open for anybody, you ain't gonna reach this space. You not gonna reach this location. You not gonna reach this level. Okay, I'm telling you right now, because everything in me is because I have been holding on to my sacral energy, because I have been keeping my temple clean, okay? You cannot dare step foot in this body. Okay, I feel like royalty. Okay, I know who I am. All right, it is that type of energy, and it don't come with no arrogance. It's a fact. It's like, it's factual. Arrogance is pretend. Okay, to me, arrogance is pretend. When you finally reach that space in your life where you feel like, damn, like, wow. And not that I'm above the world, but this is literally how it feels. Just in your everyday walking life, you walk into a grocery store and you just feel like you're completely different from everybody else, and you're fine with it. And you're saying to yourself, everybody will get here eventually, hopefully. Wow, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of energy, okay? The healing journey is not, if you ain't ready for it, you ain't ready for it, okay? Because it comes with a lot of sacrifices. And let me tell you, me being raised as a Jehovah Witness, okay? Me being raised as a Jehovah Witness, I believed in Jehovah for a long fucking time, to the point to where I feel like you wasted my time. You wasting my time. Like, you ain't do your research. Mad. Because ain't nobody do their research before they start embedding that bullshit in me. Okay? This is literally how I was feeling, all right? So once I changed my thoughts, once I changed my belief system, okay? Once I start letting go, every single time I sacrifice something that's of the norm, okay? I get a blessing. Every single time, okay? I sacrificed the house that I was in and went homeless in the car with my kids, okay? I sacrificed that and I came back tenfold, okay? Every single time I sacrifice something and step out on faith, something comes to me. Something is repaired. Something is fixed. Something, okay? And I am at the greatest space that I could be in, okay? And I know that there is more. All right, I know that there is more, but the point of me telling you that is because I know that there is proof in a change in your belief system, okay? Because the whole time I'm praying to Jehovah, I'm praying to the one God, I'm praying to the one God, to the point to where, all right, I no longer pray. I talk to self. I talk to all of the beings that's within me, Thoth, okay? And you got this whole genetic makeup of all these gods that reside within you. Okay, your DNA is made up of all these gods. Okay, this one right here, Kansu, Hermitage. Okay, this is the one that you probably be dealing with when you go in with self, Hermitage. Okay, that's isolation. That's the hermit card, really. Okay, so this is possibly who you dealing with and who you functioning with when you go into that still space. Okay, they got us thinking that it is one God out here. Okay, when I got rid of that thought process and threw they God out, I threw they God away, and I ain't even ashamed to say it. I threw they God away. Okay? And I have been stepping into blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. The truth will set you free. Okay? And that is the energy. Listen, a lot of people gonna be like, who the fuck is she? Okay? I'm divinely faceted. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.